Hey everybody, I'm rewatching the Raiders Hall of Fame preseason game against the Jaguars, but I'm actually comparing the offense lined up versus last year with the Kansas City Chiefs. And there's one thing that I'm noticed in watching not just these two games, but in general comparing last year's coaching staff with this year's from the perspective of formation. You see the receivers here and how they line up right at the numbers and they leave space out here. And this is a common theme. Even when they're widest, they may be a yard wider. But by contrast, the Raiders under Josh McDaniel, look at how the receivers, when they are wide, look how wide they are. They're about a good 2 yards outside the numbers rather than the common yard. And I've noticed this is a common theme. When the receivers are out wide, they are out wider than any other Raider organization team I've seen in quite some time. They really do a great job of using space to their advantage. In this instance, this is a screen to Josh Jacobs that picked up 12 yards. But what I like about what I've seen about this organization is they pay attention to fundamentals of formation, spacing, and using plays in a way that is a trick of a different sort. They called more draw plays than I've seen a Raider organization call since, well, the days of Ken Stabler, when they were really known for draw plays, and draw plays are prevalent in the NFL. And if it wasn't that, they were just calling straight up hat-on-hat runs. Passes were play action variety, mid-range, not the kind of passes that were as sharp and crisp as I would expect, but I think that's more a circumstance of a particular play called at a particular time, not to say that they don't have it. And what I mean by that is, for example, a quick slant, okay? But overall, I really like this offense better than the one last year. It has a more cohesive approach to the game, one that makes sense, is better to grasp in terms of what the organization is trying to do, rather than shift going from this formation to that formation to this gimmick formation to that gimmick formation, which they did last year. This one is more purposeful. It's like they really understand exactly what it is they're trying to do, rather than searching for a per play formula. Like, well, I think this will work on this play, but maybe not the next. Subscribe to Zenny62 and bookmark oaklandnewsnowblog.com. And I remind you, that's the first game of preseason. Remember when I looked at the Atlanta Falcons last year and I found that the offensive line blocking didn't match up with the receiver pattern depth? Oh boy, what a headache. Or how they didn't know how to block the outside zone properly, and they were getting down for losses, and it just looked absolutely terrible. Preseason matters, folks. When you have the fundamentals down, it means more often than not, you're going to have a really good regular season.